How's the royal family? I pray that everyone is doing well. Well, my royal family, this video that I'm going to show the royal family, you already see the title, How White Supremacy is Backfiring. How white supremacy affects their own. Like I said, in this cesspool, in this unquote shithole that all of us are in, there are side effects. And I'm going to show the royal family the side effects when it affects them, and also show you white privilege and how even their own are pissed to the core when they get away with shit. So this is how we're going to start this. We go over here, and you see here, Breckinridge County Sheriff Deputy fired 13 years after to catch a predator police sting. So 13 years ago, this little snot-nosed motherfucker got busted trying to go up in a child. And in fact, when I did my research, here is over a 13-minute video of Anthony Phillips that was arrested. I will put it, I will pin it for the royal family if they want to watch the link. I didn't want to bore y'all with showing 13 minutes of it, but y'all can watch it at your leisure and stuff. But there's a twist to this. So before we start with him, we're going to freeze. Now we're going to go over here. So what we are seeing, what I'm getting ready to show the royal family, is the sheriff of that county. He was arrested on March 8th for his second DUI in less than 5 years. This is the sheriff that had to make the decision to fire this creep here that was trying to go up. I think it was a 12-year-old and stuff. And you're going to be astounded, possibly, what comes out of his mouth. So let's deal with the boss first and his personal issues.
Breckinridge County Sheriff Todd Pate is back on the job today after being charged with his second DUI.
WDRB's Jessica Bard explains he's back enforcing the law after being accused of breaking it.
Breckinridge County Sheriff Todd Pate's attorney tells me he showed up for work today and he'll continue to show up for as long as he's sheriff.
I don't know how he could be allowed to be on the job.
Neighbors in Breckinridge County are in disbelief.
Everybody I have talked to says Breckinridge County's law enforcement is a joke.
We spoke to several, but only Gene Bennett would go on camera. Many others afraid of retaliation from one of the most powerful men in the county.
It seems like they can do what they want to do, say what they want to say, and get by with anything.
Sheriff Todd Pate charged for the second time in 5 years for DUI. He was caught driving under the influence in March, nearly twice the legal limit. This report says he crashed into another car, sending a woman to the hospital. Police say he hid beer bottles behind nearby trees. He's also charged with tampering with evidence and wanton endangerment. Today, he's back here on the job. Neighbors say he was even spotted driving one of these cars.
It's unbelievable that a man can do what he has done and go back to work.
His attorney telling WDRB he remains the sheriff of Breckinridge County and has resumed his duties. Neither would go on camera because he's working through personal matters and wants to remain private. WDRB uncovered his personnel file, full of certificates, awards, and letters of appreciation. No record of either DUI charge. He was also arrested in 2015 and charged with DUI, reckless driving, and terroristic threatening. Do you think there's any chance that he'll lose his job?
No, I don't think so. I think with the system the way it is, he'll come right back to work.
Bennett says he knew it would only be a matter of time before the sheriff, charged for breaking the law, would be back on the other side of it. Pate was indicted in April. He's expected to be arraigned in June. Reporting from Breckinridge County, Jessica Bard, WDRB News.
Okay, So
Fast car.
let me put that on mute. Let me freeze that. So we got that big picture. All right. Again, when white supremacy backfires, it's working in their favor, but it's irritating even Esau. Ain't that something? And so again, sheriff deputies fired years after to catch a predator police sting. And I'm not going to read it because I'm going to spoil it for y'all. But when you hear this pathetic shit, it's like, wow, this is how these folks get down. Wow, this is what they ass get too. And remember, the sheriff that's speaking right now is the one that just came back to work for 2 DUIs.
Breckenridge County Sheriff's deputy is suddenly fired after only 6 months on the job. In this WDRB investigation, Valerie Chin uncovers the trail of crimes and lies that could be behind it. Val?
Nobody wants to tell us exactly why Anthony Phillips was fired, but our investigation found he was busted trying to have sex with a teenager and to catch a predator police sting. 33-year-old Anthony Phillips started working as a Breckenridge County Sheriff's deputy last November after working for years at the Breckenridge County Detention Center. But his career at the sheriff's office didn't last long. Nobody would answer our questions, so WDRB used open records to get more information about Phillips, and this is what we uncovered in his personnel file. Among the more than 40 pages of information is a letter Breckenridge County Sheriff Todd Pate wrote to Phillips saying he's fired effective May 4th. Phillips was able to pick up his last paycheck 2 days later. It doesn't say why he was fired, but WDRB found court records that may shed some light. Phillips was arrested in Flagler Beach, Florida in 2006 for a number of charges, including a felony for lewd or lascivious conduct, computer pornography, and child exploitation. He was 21 years old at the time. Breckenridge County Chief Deputy Bruce Anthony says his office found out about a To Catch a Predator police sting in which Phillips was arrested for trying to have sex with a teenage girl. The Flagler County Clerk's office says Phillips pleaded guilty to 2 misdemeanors of contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Anthony says his office called Florida officials to check on the case and says the misdemeanors would not have stopped Phillips from working with the department because they aren't felonies. But in Phillips' termination letter, Sheriff Pate writes, based on information revealed in your polygraph exam and interview at the academy that you failed to disclose in your interview, I do not feel that I can continue your employment. Adding, my decision to terminate your employment has been very difficult to make. We asked the sheriff's office for details on the polygraph and academy interview, but Anthony says he can't comment and that the sheriff's office is trying to move on. Sheriff Todd Pate told WDRB News he can't reveal when he learned about the Florida charges, but says at the time he worked here, he was a loyal and dedicated employee. Pate recently returned to the office after a second DUI arrest in 5 years and also isn't commenting on that. Pate is expected to be arraigned next week. Phillips could not be reached for comment. Valerie Chin, WDRB News.
So, ain't that something? They both fucking criminals. His boss is a criminal, too. And let me go back over here real quick. That's that little pimply face motherfucker trying to go up in the child. And you can see he had a long ass rap sheet. And what I picked up on is when they arrested him, they didn't put felonies. They put misdemeanors. They know what to put in their records so they can be hired. It's a lot of them. We already know it's a lot of them that are near more than criminals. And we will continue to see more of this because you heard the white man that was complaining. He said he knows his own system. So their own system has side effects. And they're being sick seeing him in his sheriff outfit driving the car like he's a distinguished man. We seen what he looked like. He Had on that orange suit. He was taking that pert walk and all of that. And then the part that got me was this creep here. They talking about he was, it literally pains him to fire him. But it don't pain you when you fire one of us. You take joy in it. See, they always want us to feel sorry for the enemy because they are up under something. This is your motherfucking system. And we just happen, my royal family, to be in a space and time where white supremacy, again, white supremacy, they're starting to feel the full effects of white supremacy. Hey, it is what it is. We already know what it is. And there's no need to fear it or anything. But eventually, you have to be patient. In due time, it will catch up with you. This doesn't surprise me. This happens all through America. When one of their own is caught up in some shit, they start working real hard to help them. And so, we don't want to discuss the sheriff's matters because, he's working on some personal issues. 2 fucking DUIs? Oh yeah, those were the 2 that you was caught with. You got a motherfucking problem. You have no business running any department. You can't even run your own personal household because at their households, they carry on with that. Don't ever forget that, my royal family. What they are projecting on us, they don't shut that energy off. When they go home, they bouncing each other off the floors. You remember that video I did recently about the politician, red face, shit face? He got arrested. He was demanding sex from his wife immediately, and he's an unquote lawmaker. Oh, this shit is real juicy, my royal family, to expose the enemy of their true nature. So, my royal family, render your voice with your beautiful divine words. And as always, my royal family, I thank you for your love. I thank you for your support. And with that said, Ashe.